Good day, dear students. I am Avezova N from the teacher of Bucharest State University, and our new theme is learning strategies. Let's begin. The learning strategies consist of, we divided them into percentage, the 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, 30% of what we see, and 50% what we both hear and see, and 70% of what is discussed, 80% we experience personally, and 95% what we teach to someone else. And here I divided learning styles. They are verbal, visual, musical, physical, kinesthetic, logical, mathematical, social, solitary, combination. And let's look through all of them. The first is verbal. Verbal is words are your stronghold, and you prefer to use words both in speech and in writing. Visual. You prefer to use pictures, diagrams, images, and special understanding to help you learn. Next, musical auditory. You prefer using sounds or music or even rhythms to help you learn. Next, physical, it means kinesthetic. You use your hands, body, and sense of touch to help you learn. And you might act things out. Next is logical mathematicals. Learning easier to you to use logic, systematic sources. Next is social. You like to learn new things and as a part of group. Explaining your understanding to a group helps you to learn. Solitary. You like to work alone. You will self-study, prefer your own mind when you're learning. Next is combination. Your learning style is combination and two or more these styles. Next, here are 7 learning styles for high school. They are oral. You prefer using sound and music. Visual, you prefer using pictures and images. Physical, you prefer using your body, hands, sense of touch. Next is social. You prefer to learn in groups or with others. Next is solitary. Solitary, you prefer to work alone, to use self-study. Logical, you prefer using logic, reasoning, and systems. Verbal, you prefer using words in speech and writing. Learning styles overview. Visual learns through seeing. See the teacher, sit in front of classroom, think in pictures, learn best. Visual displays. Next is auditory. Learn through learning. Verbal lessons, discussions, listening to others, interprets meaning by listening, may read aloud. Kinesthetic. Learn through moving, doing, and touching. Hands-on approach, hard time sitting still, rather demonstrate than explain, prefers group work. And here is given 5 language learning strategies. They are cognitive, mnemonic, metacognitive, affective, and social. Cognitive is a strategy helps learners make the strengthen association through use of information that they already know. Learners are taught to correlate already known information with unknown information in order to learn the unknown information. For example, students may guess from text, relate words to pictures, use deductive and inductive reasoning, etc. The Rosetta Stone program is an excellent example to this strategy. Mnemonic, the strategy helps learners learn new information by linking known information with new information using mnemonic devices. This is great for learners who like words and symbolism. The popular ways to remember the names of the planets and Great Lakes are mnemonic devices. In language learning, students may memorize information through to use acronyms, rhymes, songs, body movements, etc. Metacognitive, this strategy helps learners to know exactly what they are doing. Metacognitive means beyond cognition, and learners learn to manipulate their environment to enhance their learning experience. They begin to understand the learning process of the specific tasks that work for them. They are taught to identify available resources and use them to their benefit, such as finding quiet place, setting a schedule, etc. One example is that if a student knows flashcards to work really well for him or for her, then he or she will use a flashcard to learn new information. Effective. This strategy focuses on learners' feelings and emotions. Students learn to recognize what forms of learning and material evoke particular emotions, such as anger or frustration. The students learn to recognize the presence of these emotions and in doing so might be able to control them and to pursue the learning of new material. Here is given a table like pyramid. These are learning pyramid. We name it as a learning pyramid, and here is the average students retention rates. And it divided in percentages. So the first is 90% divided teach others, 75% practice doing, 50% discussions, 30% demonstration, 20% audiovisual, and 10% is like reading. Blended learning. Blended learning is which consists of classroom learning and online learning. Blended learning consists of human and technologies experiences. The human motivation, personalization, feedback, fluency and listening, relevance and discipline, as various technologies, mobility, structure, tracking and control, self-study, reduced cost, and global reach. And here's given in the pictures teachers and students, and they are the difference between traditional classroom and flipped classroom. And here's 5 benefits of flipping the classroom. They are efficient and reasonable, student-controlled learning, cost-effective implementation, content representation, engagement-based learning. And now I will give you some questions. The first one is, what is your favorite way to relax? Next, how difficult is it to find time for yourself? Some people say that change is as good as a rest. How far do you agree? Next, it's always a good thing to be able to forget your problems. How do you think entertainment will change over the next years? And here is a home assignment for you, and you must watch this video and write a story of movie following this structure. There is given definitions of the words character, shallow, unconvincing, likable, convincing, believable, plot, overcomplicated, predictable, observing, gripping, rooting, special effects, cheap, longable, stunning, strategic, astonishing, photography, poor, amateurish, breathtaking, incredible, impressive, acting, wooden, appealing, natural, powerful, spectacular, writing, script, contrived, confusing, realistic, thought-provoking, and compelling. So this is your home assignment, and our lesson is getting over. See you the next lesson. Goodbye.